they, I mean, all that it is really is that they're essentially doing a rando seed, but there's no logic to it.
Yes, that's correct. And what that means for those who are not aware is that there is no like algorithm that places the items like to make sure that they cannot be locked behind themselves. Anything can literally be anywhere. And to compensate for that, we're going to be using a lot of major glitches like the ones you're seeing right now. Malmo hopping in the water with some dash buffering to ensure that the seed is completable. And a big key to Hera is one of the nicer big keys to have because there are cases where you would want that door to be open for other glitches, and I will get into that later if it becomes relevant.
Right. So, all right. So, apologies. We do not have the. We unfortunately don't have the timers cropped up properly. We're going to hopefully reach out to somebody here. Maybe that can get fixed at the moment. But regarding, but yeah. So sorry. I've been trying to look at a couple of other things here. So it looks like Clips has acquired the gloves already, as both have acquired the red boom.
Yes, the glove was on the Hylia Island, and we saw a nice auto walk to get their Moon Pearl in the back of Escape.
Okay.
But Malmo's about to find out the news about the glove.
Right. So we'll see if she will go ahead and try to go after it now, or if or if she'll try to go get it later. Because I know Malmo tends to. It looks like she's going to go later. Because Malmo, I know, tends to try to do the Zor checks.
Yeah, you don't want to ruin your water walk, but it's it's right by Link's house. It's easy to get back to that.
That's true. A small key to GT. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with No Logic, of course, as probably said before, small keys don't really mean that much in this. And honestly, a lot of big keys don't either, except for those cave state keys, if you want to explain that as Clips has acquired the bug net.
Well, small keys can be a really nice convenience. I mean, it's nice to have one of each of one, because you don't know what kind of situations you're going to be in until later. But as for big keys, also situational. But there are certain keys that allow us to open big doors in cave state. We'll get more into what cave state is later when we see that, but those keys are the Hyrule Castle key, the GT big key, the TT odd. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, there's one other, but it's only for door rando. So for our purposes, just Pod, GT, and TT are the ones outside the castle that are cave keys. But Agate Tower works in door rando. There's a big key for that.
Got it. All right, very good. So now Malmo is going to go get her Moon Pearl. While we have
Lumberjack DMA or Death Mountain Ascent from SimpleClips.
Into Hera. Of course, as I've learned, Hera, there's like 58 ways to go from Hera. Oh, that's going to be important.
Yes, Cave Samaria, very, very helpful and important item. And Malmo got a bottle in the Zora area, and SimpleClips did not. So that's also a very important item. There's our cave key, Big Cave Thieves Town, in the Hera lobby.
Okay. MJ's got a question. I did not mention that, but yes. So a couple of other things here for those of you who are only used to doing kind of like a vanilla, like a purely vanilla rando. To make it easier for all the runners, because a lot of these glitches and tricks involve boots in some way, shape, or form, they all automatically start with boots, so those are no longer in the pool. In addition, to help avoid anyone getting locked out, we also have both 2 fire rods and 2 ice rods anywhere out in the world.
Yeah, the funny thing about that is that the glitches are so strong that rods are still the most common go mode by far, followed by swords. So it's kind of funny. But.
Of course. And so right now, it looks like Clips is what, rescuing the old man?
Yep.
And I think Malmo is about to make a. Oh, thought she was going to head to the village, but nope. Looks like going to head Death Mountain. Alley Cat Jack, what happens if you collect 2 of the same rod? The game explodes. Oh, nice. Clips unfortunately got stuck there. No, I'm joking. Nothing happens. It registers. I don't think it just registers as anything.
Yeah, it's nothing really happens, unfortunately. In the future, I would like to see some progressive rods where if you find 2 of the same one, it turns into the one you don't have. But I don't know if anyone's on board with me with that yet. But you know, we'll see. You know, things change.
I'm gonna say, have you brought that up in the Discord? Because I'm pretty sure. I feel like no one would be okay with that.
Well, they haven't played some of the practice seeds that I have, then, because it's very possible that both of
Oh!
those things.
I see. Yeah. Unfortunately, sorry about that. Yeah, Malmo got the death before. Took a death before rescuing the old man. Unfortunately.
No, that happens. You know, going up the mountain with 3 hearts is pretty risky. I mean, we of course don't want to see that, but you know, it's still early, so a bit of a time loss might not mean anything. But with regards to the boots, this was before my time, but I was told that glitch tracing, whoever gets the boots first automatically wins. That's what they told me. That's why everyone starts with boots now. So I think that's. Oh, man.
Fair enough. And unfortunately, Malmo got caught between a dead rock and a cabbage. So again, she took another death. While Clips, I don't know if you guys saw, or maybe if you guys had just noticed that because of Clips kind of clipping down into the mountain to go check the graveyard ledge, he was already in that right position for Houlihan Room without any extra shenanigans.
Oh, yes, that is correct.
And now again, Malmo got there this time. Hera has the green pendant. And now Malmo can go ahead and take the death. Small key to desert, a heart, and I missed the 3rd chest in the Saha.
Sorry, I missed it as well, but small key to desert is definitely one of the better small keys. Having that door open can allow us to access swamp with other glitches, one of the more common ways that we do.
Mm-hmm. And now Malmo, about to get something I'm sure she likes. Got some red cane. All right. And then Malmo getting her big key to thieves. So like you said, a cave state key. So that can open up quite a bit. Let's see. Her Clips looks like gonna head to the village. And Malmo still gonna probably do a spectacle rock check. I'm gonna guess probably head to Paradox as well. All right. So Clips now gets a bunch of free checks, nothing fancy. Compass to pod, a small key to GT, $20, and a heart. Okay, so nothing too exciting there. And then a small key to skull, as Malmo gets her money. So presumably then Malmo's gonna probably Houlihan.
Yeah, this early town play by SimpleClips is very anti-meta. Normally people wait until they have a bottle or powder or the flute, just something to do in town before they go there. Because a lot of times you end up with this, like, trash Eureka where there's just, like, nothing there. But, you know, we'll see. Maybe they'll get something good.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense because, of course, the... Oh, well, that's a big deal.
Hammer.
Nice hammer. Map to Meyer. Small key to TR. And the big key to TR. Okay.
The hammer is especially important because we haven't found a sword yet, and some of these seeds can be a real drag where like all the swords are like totally buried.
Right, that is very true. And so the bottle merchant only had some arrows. Malmo is going to go get some knowledge. All right. Oh, the heart piece. That was that chest. Okay. And the Malmo will save and quit. MJ, yeah, the hammer is usually considered a good thing, because if nothing else, because neither of them have swords, at least they do have a weapon. Okay, the back of the tavern has 10 bombs. So unfortunately, can't go check Sick Kid yet. Whereas I think
unfortunate
Malmo...
about Hera being the green pendant. That's one of the easier ones to complete, so I think they're probably not happy to see that.
No, that does seem, even though, and also because it is a green pendant, they'll probably go ahead and they'll probably even beat Moldorm, because it really is it can be a quick dungeon.
Well, the flute is in town today, so I guess SimpleClips, wins on this play.
Yeah, so fortunately, because the flute's there, figured you're not, it's not that far to backtrack as opposed to some other situations, so Clips will go ahead and do that. And so that'll
what
be
you
good.
said about Hera.
Sorry,
I was just going to say that, yeah, usually in most seeds, even if Hera is a pendant, Moldorm does end up being defeated just because that is one of the boss arenas that we usually dupe a lot of our crystals at, and we'll get more into that later when it comes up.
Right. Phoenix is asking if the flute is really helpful and no logic. It can be with the fake fluting for shopping, as Smoke has mentioned. And it does make traveling in certain instances easier.
Yeah, it definitely saves time, especially if you get it early, or especially if it's a YBA heavy seed, because trips to the potion shop are definitely costly on the time. And they already have hammer and glove, so if they get pearl, then you get even more value out of the flute that way by using like the vanilla Dark World access portals, rather than, going through a dungeon or jumping off the mountain, whatever the case may be.
But it is also interesting too when you say that, how, because again, they actually do all have, because they both have pearl.
Oh, right, sorry.
But it is interesting though when you say that, how many times when you've either done seeds or watched other people do seeds, and they have all the items to do vanilla, but they're so used to not doing it vanilla that they'll do all the, all the backdoor tricks anyway.
Oh, absolutely. I've done that myself in a recent practice race. Nice bow. But like after Meyer, I ran across the overworld and mirror wrapped ice when I had pearl mitts and flute and mirror, so I should have done the regular no glitches way, and it would have been faster.
Right.
We're seeing a Maria transition corruption on SimpleClips' side once the enemies leave them alone there.
Right. They gotta trying to leave them alone there. Now, I know with this trick that Clips is doing... Oh, and by the way, Malmo, the Sick Kid, had a heart piece. I know for this, you're going to have to explain this to me. I know sometimes runners will mess this up, as he did as Clips got Quake, but can't you delete that chest or delete the item that's in the chest?
Yeah, so what happens is part of what the Samaria glitch does is that it copies data from one super tile to another. So if you have opened the Desert Big Key chest, it will write the chest open flag onto the super tile above, which essentially deletes the item. And so for that reason, you definitely want to do this before you check the right side. And also, we get to steal the key, even though we already have a desert key. It's another benefit of routing this way with Samaria. YBA route doesn't allow you to steal the key if you want to open the attic.
Okay. Well, so there you go. Interesting to note, because I know that has happened. I think that happened one of the last races yesterday, and wouldn't be surprised unfortunately, if we see that again a couple times. Malmo going to collect the heart. And looks like now there is a way to actually get into this door that Clips went into without the key, but it's also nice to have the key.
Oh yeah, the quadrant glitch is a little bit slow, but you would do it if you had no other option, just to clear the items, but...
Right. Malmo going to go for the heart piece. And $20 in the cannonball room. Okay, so unfortunately not... Well, there was admittedly there was the bow, which Malmo is about to get, but otherwise here, not a lot. We'll see where... Well, you're gonna have to tell me, where is the Clips heading?
This is a East Samaria. We just saw North Samaria that Malmo's doing right now if you missed the first one. But this East Samaria goes to the back of Swamp.
Okay.
Looks like SimpleClips may be having a little bit of trouble with these dash buffers. Maybe they're used to using like a sword visual cue. Obviously, we don't have a sword right now.
Yeah, I know for a lot of runners, it's like if you don't have the sword or you don't have the one tool that you're used to using, that it's going to go side. They either
All
can't
right.
do it or it just goes pear shaped.
All right, this should be good. It looks like Clips did get it, and they're being extra careful. A little more cautious than necessary, maybe I would say. You want to go out of the door a little bit there to correct the camera, but not too much.
And we'll see.
And
what
here we
happens.
are.
No, the bag of swamp. Look at that. As Malmo will go ahead and take the death.
Yeah, this is a nice way to
interesting.
get some extra items here. The desert is kind of a hub in No Logic. It connects to a lot of other areas, as we're seeing.
Clips doing the bomb way to clip through as opposed to the red cane way, but I guess that does require, usually that requires a sword buffer.
Yeah, you can still do like the punch buffer, but some people don't like the one frame buffers, so I decided to do the bomb way.
Yeah, that's fair. Clips, unfortunately, didn't really get a lot, so got the three chests that you can get back there and just went ahead. Took the death. So now he is now at desert. So we'll see where he is going to go. Now, interestingly, even though that he didn't have, he doesn't have a fire source. Well, actually, you would have to tell me. Couldn't he still get into Landmo if he really wanted to? So I thought you could with.
I think I don't think so. Actually, normally we would use a spin YBA, which requires a bottle and a sword.
Oh, okay.
Or some kind of hook pushing, barring having fire in the big key. Like, a lot of seeds, you just end up getting big keys from looking for other things. So, like, the go mode situation could be, like, an interesting combination of, like, mismatched things. And we're, like, nowhere even approaching go mode with no swords and no fire. Which, by the way, are the only two things that actually are hard required. Master Sword and a fire source for Ganon. Everything else is negotiable.
Right. Checkerboard Cave looks like didn't have much there. Clips was thinking about getting the heart, but then thought better of it. Malmo in a little bit of trouble here, has half a heart, has to try to see, hopefully she can survive enough to check this chest just to find out she's not about to get anything good. And well, she got money. Now, to be fair, I'm kind of saying that jokingly, but I do know that in No Logic, money actually has a bigger role than it does in other types of rando seeds.
I would definitely agree with that, especially if it's like a really stingy seed, like where your only glitching item is bottles. Potions do cost a lot of money, and because of that, that's why you saw Malmo orphan Zora earlier, like no intent to ever get that item, because not that many items are worth 500 rupees. I mean, it does happen, but...
Oh yeah,
well,
I do remember one practice seed flippers were actually on Zora. Which who would have thought? Arrows on the island for Clips. I think he'll probably no-go that and just do the usual spiral cave check followed by paradox. Yes, MJ. Yeah, we were kind of joking last night in one of the races that we were joking how one of the racers, I already forgot which race, one of the racers actually used the bottle for the intended purpose. Which, sorry, is not to YBA. Small key to Aga Tower for Clips, so that'll be interesting. But I know usually the Aga Tower check I know is usually a very late, desperate check, though.
Depends. If you're doing the castle anyway for the cave key, like, I like to have the key just to get the extra item if I have, like, something to, like, fight the gold guards with, but, yeah, we're probably not going to the castle in this seed because we already have our cave key.
Right. And now Malmo is going to head to the South Shore while Clips finishes up north. 300 rupees, some bombs. All right, more money. A heart piece, another heart piece. Well, so at least Clips will be doing well. Well, if he ever gets his bottle, he'll be doing well on money for right now. Ooh, okay, that's a nice little find.
Yeah, with lamp. Lamp is a very powerful item because it manipulates something called the search index. It's used for misslotting glitches. We don't have the hook shot, but that's the most common one people like to see. The hook pushing is a misslotting glitch.
Right.
Hype cave from SimpleClips, looks like.
Okay, it looks like about to do a hype cave check. Whereas Malmo is in Mini Moldorm. Okay, a mushroom. There's the Titan's Mitt. Whereas Clips some big key to Eastern. Okay.
Hey, with
Oh,
the
and
bow,
actually,
that's nice.
if you would explain what Malmo's doing.
Oh, this is a door juke using a bomb, and what that means is we're getting on the other side of the transition and approaching it from the south. It was not intended to be approached that way. So what it does is it puts us in a different room, in this case, King's Tomb.
And Thieves Town and Ice Palace have the 2 red crystals, so Clips now has that knowledge.
But Thieves Town is a good dungeon to be a crystal. It's one of the freer ones in No Logic. Although SimpleClips still not having a bottle is interesting, so it's definitely a bit slower to do Thieves Town with no bottle.
Right.
Because we normally YBA from Uncle or Desert.
Oh, I see. Okay. Malmo having a little bit of trouble there with the dead rock, but I think trying to get the ferry so then she can make her way to do the same thing Clips just did, honestly. Well, Clips looks like is heading to Meyer.
That Meyer medallion check.
Ooh, ether.
Ether. Now, we don't know if Meyer is a crystal, but the Meyer medallion infamously is one of the hardest items to skip, or at least the slowest item to skip.
Very true. And the Meyer shed doesn't have much there. And then we'll see where Clips would like to go from here, since now, as some of you may know, there are ways into Meyer without needing the medallion, but a bit convoluted to get there, though.
Yeah, getting into Meyer, like, to get the items is not usually that difficult, but getting the crystal is different than just being in the rooms that are considered Meyer, if that makes sense.
Right.
Your dungeon ID is set by the front door of whatever you entered from the overworld, so even if you're in Meyer, the game might think you're in Eastern or Desert, or depending on where you started.
Right, so maybe we'll see that, and then we'll have to explain that should the time come. Clips from the Dig game has acquired a small key to Hyrule Castle. Okay.
And all this overworld is a little bit surprising. I mean, the Moon Pearl can kind of, you know, debate you into doing all these slow overworld checks that don't have anything in some seeds. I would like to see a pod play. It's one of the denser free areas in the game, or even GT with the hammer and the bow and Samaria.
Right. And thank you, Chex. Chex Human, another racer in the No Logic tournament. And I believe he will be... Chex will be running it back later tonight against Ralkin at 10 p.m. Eastern. Whereas Malmo has gotten into Cave State Pod, whereas Clips acquired the book.
Looks like Malmo agrees with me, going for density here.
Yeah, pod is always nice for that reason. And then also, and actually, if you would, because you have better knowledge of it than I do, so explain what's happening on Malmo's screen. Why does pod look like a cave, and why is there no one in it? And how did she get through that locked door without any keys?
Alright, so Malmo did a bomb clip in Spectacle Rock Cave, and like I just said about the dungeon ID being tied to where you entered, she entered in a cave and then clipped to the Palace of Darkness. So the game thinks she's still in a cave despite, being in the dungeon. And one of the properties of Cave State is that we have all these small keys, because we weren't, intended to really open doors in Cave State, so for whatever reason we just have, essentially unlimited keys. As for the lack of enemies, that is a byproduct of this specific clip. It wraps the entire underworld map from the bottom to the top, and for whatever reason that despawns all the sprites. So we get this nice, peaceful loot going on here.
It's true. And then also, as Smoke has just mentioned, as we had saw as well, that Clips has acquired the bottle, or a bottle. And also,
Definitely
as you guys
a good
can
find.
also see in the top left corner there, that little C, meaning that Clips now knows that this is a crystal dungeon. Unfortunately, jumped on a lizard. Might have been intentional. Not sure.
People don't usually death warp in No Logic because byproduct of that is, and it might have been intentional actually. I don't know. They're taking advantage of the fake world transition. So what happened was, and this is a product of the vanilla game that's normally patched out of Rando, is when you die in a Dark World dungeon without defeating Aghanim, the game tries to place you in the Light World, but since SimpleClips was on a Dark World screen, they were in what is called the fake Dark World, which transitions into real Light World, and that was an intentional death. Like, fucking Sick Kid kind of confirms that, in my mind anyway.
Yeah, that's fair. And then as Clips is about to go get the lamp, it looks like Malmo might be heading to Helma already. I want to give a quick shout out to Venner TV. Thank you so much for the raid. Appreciate it. So I know with Malmo we're doing, well, you explain it. It's something I know with has involved keeping you in a statue state or something like that, and you somehow can phase through a wall and you end up at Helma.
Alright, so the statue drag is basically just a really complicated version of a bomb juke that we saw earlier, but what's unique about it is that storing the statue dragging animation allows us to juke a south entrance door, which is something that's, you can't normally do with just bombs alone. For whatever reason, that pulling animation helps us do that. So by getting on the other side of this transition and doing a series of camera manipulations, this will take us to the boss of the dungeon.
And as Clips has acquired his Titan's Mitt. And then it looks like Malmo got it. And then when you scroll the screen down, all of a sudden a Helma appears. Look at that.
It's a pretty bold play, in my opinion, without the knowledge of the prize, because there's a faster version of this trick that uses the mirror. Pretty slow to do this without the mirror. As you saw, it took like a minute.
Right. And here we are at Malmo. Malmo in the middle of a Helma fight, but I had to scroll the screen down after breaking the helmet. Little nerve-wracking with 3 hearts, but it's doable. I see she had the bottle on standby just in case. Oh, took damage. He's going to use it. Using the bottle for the intended purpose after killing Helma. So yeah, that's what
better safe than sorry, I suppose.
That's what the bottle actually does, by the way. Oh, it's a pendant.
Well, that is information, if nothing else. If, like, the pod map and some of the other maps are buried, that could turn out to be an advantage.
Yeah, well, I mean, technically now she does know 2 pendant dungeons. So if one of her maps that she's got, which I have no idea which one she may have, if she happens to acquire one that is a pendant, then she'll know everything. So
So SimpleClips, putting the Eastern Big Key from Hype Cave to use here.
All right, and it looks like Malmo as well is going to be kind of doing everything NMG style, getting the next couple chests.
Yeah, she probably decided it was faster to do it this way. Having the bow, like, don't have to do anything fancy for right side.
Right, that's
Could mean,
very fair.
Yeah, I don't know. She might. I don't know. I'll just wait and see what she does. I don't want to explain something and then have her not do it.
I mean, it would be funny if you did. You explain all that stuff, just like, yeah, no. Like, for example, here, for Malmo, you don't actually need to fight the mimics. There's a way around that, but we're not going to explain it because it didn't happen. SimpleClips with a heart. Ooh, that's
Nice
key.
fire rod on the right side of pod there. Okay, so no further glitching, just a save and quit.
All right, so I know for Malmo, well, it's really going to depend on Turtle Rock, but at least from my understanding of how this works, isn't she kind of close to go mode?
If I was the one running the seed, I would be really, really nervous right now. We haven't seen any swords in half an hour, and that's kind of is like the most important thing.
Well, that's true. Yeah, I mean the swords, and then also potentially Ice Rod. We do not know. We don't have any TR knowledge yet.
That's true.
Clips, as mentioned before, since Clips has the big key, Clips just going to go ahead and I think I'm going to go take care of Armos.
Yep, I do like this play. Having the bow and the big key, like it's, you know, you don't have to really think about it. You just go there and like check the items. Hopefully you get something good. You get a boss kill, maybe it's a crystal.
Right, and also like Light World dungeons mostly, they're not that long. Like they're not that long. They're not that convoluted. Like pretty quick, relatively speaking.
Yeah, and depending on if SimpleClips like has a potion, they might take this play to somewhere else, like Meyer afterwards, or maybe not. We'll see.
Right now, Clips going through Armos. Pretty easy.
Was that a pendant Meyer? Did I see that correctly?
I missed that. So for Clips, we know that Eastern, or at least Clips knows that Eastern is a crystal. All I saw was the red crystal at Thieves, and I didn't see what it was for Meyer. All right, Clips going all the way to South Shore.
Well, this will get him a second bottle, which is nice.
Right. And now Malmo has also acquired her second bottle. So where do you think Malmo will go from here? I'm assuming she's going to go ahead and kind of full clear at least the front of Swamp. And oh well, she does actually have the Thieves Town Big Key.
Yeah, knowing this is a crystal, she probably beats it. And from here, Skullwoods is looking like a pretty good play in my mind. She doesn't have a sword, but there is a Samaria trick to skip the sword requirement for Moth, and she has the hammer and the fire rod as well. And
Okay.
it could be just another place to go to look for swords. Like, a lot of the rooms in Skullwoods are very easy to do items because of the layout.
Right. And then SimpleClips went ahead and got some more arrows and bombs. Really not a bad strategy. We never really talked about that. We usually just have the money. We usually just have the money for bottles, but also it can also be used for upgrades as well. Thank you, Smoke. Okay, so yeah, Smoke confirmed that it is a Meyer pendant. So that means in theory, Malmo should have all the knowledge.
Yep. So ice rod definitely going to be required today.
Mm-hmm. So, of course, Malmo not needing to go to the attic as she went earlier.
Yeah, SimpleClips making the pod play as well. If they don't skip the right side, they're going to get the fire out as well. But I'm curious if they decide to go for the boss as well.
Yeah, that is true because, like Malmo, Clips does not have that knowledge. So he currently does not know if this is a pendant or not. But yeah, like you're saying, we'll see how much... okay, nice mirror.
A mirror is good for some glitches, but also just extremely good quality of life item to have as well.
Yeah, I know the mirror isn't used, at least from what I've seen, not used that often, but definitely a quality of life.
Yeah, it depends what else you have. Like, you might see a mirror door as like a backup for like a missed YBA, or if you just don't have bottles to begin with, or like mirror wraps. Like if we didn't have the mitts are really strong. Or we might see a mirror wrap for TR later anyway, because that is a good way to get them back.
Alright, so Malmo here having a little bit of trouble here, but I completely forgot, I missed it, that she had a blue cane, so at least with the blue cane it can at least partially trivialize the fight.
Yep.
There we go.
Blue boomerang, yeah.
Blue boom
Can be
acquired, very
helpful.
good. Okay, so right now, so even though, oh, we should actually talk about this as well, because as some of you who may not be familiar, or some of you who are familiar with this, you may see them go from one dungeon to another, to a different dungeon, but keep the ID of the previous dungeon, as JD mentioned earlier. So we need to explain that technically in this rule set, in order for you to get to Ganon, not only do you need to collect the crystals, but you also need to defeat the bosses. So there could be a situation where, because I think this happened last night, where someone went to desert, beat land mode, didn't collect the crystal, then went to swamp, beat Argus, then went back to desert and collected the crystal or something. I'm probably saying the order wrong, but I don't know if you wanted to elaborate on that anymore, JD.
Yeah, sometimes, especially for desert, people will not collect the prize there because you can use it to warp. Like if I beat Argus, but the game thinks I'm in desert, the game will still warp me to the front of swamp, even with the desert crystal. But you would have to get the swamp prize later if it is a crystal, though, as per the rules. So the crystal collection and boss kill does not always happen at the same time, so that's why that's part of the rules. And a Smith play from Malmo is a little interesting, taking advantage of that mirror to make a bad check a little less bad.
Alright, gonna map to ice.
And not what she was hoping for.
No.
Probably would have liked a nice sword there.
Yep.
From the Smith.
Obviously not pursuing the rest of what I always call the second half of that fetch quest, and that is to take the purple chest.
With mirror and flute, it's not extremely terrible, but
oh no, it's not.
It still is a bit slow for checks on average, but Malmo is taking an extremely thorough approach to this seed.
Right. Because it is interesting, we are, what, 39 minutes in, and still no sword to be found anywhere.
Yeah, that's right. And it looks like Malmo is doing the opposite of what I said, going south in the Dark World instead of north. EP big key in height will allow her to waste time in Eastern. I mean, Eastern is a crystal, but we might get a faster way to do that dungeon later. We don't know yet.
Right. And so we'll see how this, see what happens here. It looks like Clips is about to also kind of do the same play and just kind of do a blind beat up Helma and hope it's a crystal.
having a little trouble with the setup here. Like we were expecting a scroll there, but the camera was still locked. So it didn't quite get... This part is the hard part of the trick, though. The second bomb in the door with the pullback on the statue, but did it correctly this time, and SimpleClips, if you watch this back, you don't need to start that high up for the down drag. You can actually get pretty far in the door before you start pulling down, just to save you a little bit of time there.
So I missed it because I'm still watching clips to make sure that he can do it, but I'm under the assumption that Malmo had checked and saw that it was a what the medallion was needed.
Yeah, she may have checked it, but she also knows it's a pendant, so...
Oh, that's fair, yeah. No, you're right. She actually knows it's a pendant before Clips does, so... So now Clips opting for the bomb strat, which was successful. Has the arrows out. I'm going to try to start peppering with arrows as quickly as possible. Yeah, got one heart left. That was smart to use the blue cane for the invincibility from the fireballs, and was able to finish it out. So Clips,
That's very nice.
Yeah, good fight. Unfortunately, Clips will be disappointed probably all the way around when that thing showed up.
And it's kind of funny because in the race situation, like, you're always like, oh, there's no way my opponent did this. I just wasted like 2-3 minutes on this unnecessary boss. I got nothing for it. But they're both in the same shoes in that regard.
Right, that they've both defeated one crystal boss and one pendant boss, just different bosses. So now Malmo will get her goodies from Hype Cave. So interestingly, now that she has acquired the big key to Eastern, I wonder if she will also then just partake in going after Eastern directly. As Clips, looks like Clips is going to be heading to check the old man.
Yeah, we're a little bit early for our 1 hour uncle check, but I think we can let it slide.
Yeah,
Probably going to Easttown, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. Just kind of shield on Uncle. But I know just trying at this point, just, you know, my kingdom for a sword. Where could it be?
That Greek guy being a jerk, getting in the way there.
Yeah. Now Malmo going to try to fake flipper. I'm going to guess to the Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah, look, the camera's getting a little out of control here, but Malmo knows what she's doing. I have faith that she will not hardlock the game.
No.
Meanwhile, SimpleClips doing a setup called Time Bomb to get on like one of the last pixels in this doorway and does a YBA. So now we're in Cave State Thieves Town.
Alright, so there we go. He's now in Thieves Town. Silver arrows. So the other bow is in Pyramid Fairy.
Definitely a nice item to have.
Oh, yes. So now we're going to check the Pyramid Ledge and see if any goodies there. And heart piece.
Yep, silver arrows are not just a very powerful weapon, but they can be good for glitches as well, depending on your loadout. And we don't have a sword yet, so that might be a good way to sparkle on screen. We'll see if they end up with a hook shot or something else for misslotting. One of these two has got to lose patience and just loot GT. There has to be a sword there. Oh, going to Eastern on Malmo's side. So SimpleClips, being in cave state, has to leave and re-enter the dungeon to collect the prize. And we saw a trick called LSD blind to prevent the door from closing. Okay, so SimpleClips, and doing some North the Dark World checks. It looks like they did not do the right side of Pod, not having the fire rod. This is pretty unfortunate for them. A nice single arrow refund from the Armos Knights there. I missed that the first time. So SimpleClips in Skullwoods.
Oh, there's the other fire rod.
In the Skullwoods, who would have expected that?
I mean, a fire rod in Skull Woods? How absurd. And by the way, to JD, yeah, I forgot to unmute myself. So there we go.
Well, as long as everything's okay. I just
yeah.
I missed you. I was like, where'd he go?
I missed you as well. I appreciate it. The compass to ice. Now, Malmo, I think she's about to go make her way into Skull as well. Ooh, half magic's always a nice little quality of life item.
And especially because they still don't have a sword.
Yeah. So if Clips is going to pursue Moth, it might be a fun fight.
Yeah, at least they have the hammer if they do run out of magic, or I mean, we'll just see what strats they decide to do if they go for the boss here.
It's true. Malmo not opting for the money. But it is interesting how essentially Malmo is copying what Clips is doing.
Yeah, Malmo's being extremely thorough in this seed. It is interesting that we could do that half magic and make it a quarter magic, but it's a little frivolous, so I'm not surprised if no one does that. And Malmo checking the big key chest without actually going over there using a North STC. And this is actually something we do in vanilla MG speedruns as well.
Okay. To their small kid TR. That's Clips trying to get through here. Of course, not daunting is the right word, but a pain without the sword.
Yep. Just saving health for the boss. We can't just dash through those mold arms with no sword. Alright, there's another North Samaria. We're seeing a little bit of slight corruption in the graphics, but we're trying to eliminate it with mapping, but we still have a little bit. That's just still pretty light corruption.
Yeah, that's not bad. I can still see everything. Usually when we have...
I've seen this one be a lot worse, but...
usually with the VRAM corruption, usually you can't even see what's going on with this fight. You can actually see that it's Moth, you see the player, you know, you see Link, you see the spikes. Whereas usually it's just a blob of colors.
It's a very cooperative Moth fight, just staying off the spikes there.
Yeah, very. Small key to thieves, and crystal acquired.
Yep.
So, I guess technically by about a minute and a half, Clips technically has the lead here, but Malmo's pretty much going to copy what Clips just did.
Yeah, that second fire rod being easily available was very huge for SimpleClips. And we'll see where they decide to go next. Also, conversely, Malmo definitely not happy to see that fire rod, probably. Although she might not have thought twice about it. Skipping the right side of pod, it's not unheard of, but I don't know. You probably assume that your opponent has everything in pod. I don't know how hard they're trying to meta right now, but you really can get in your own head when you do these races.
Oh, of course, because that's, especially in a race like this, where the whole point is find the items as quickly as possible, that of course you think immediately, oh, my opponent has this already. Okay, so as you saw real briefly from Malmo's screen, that's kind of more what I was expecting for a VRAM. Still not too bad, but now unfortunately she doesn't know what I think. She had to try to guess to see what item she was on. You can kind of tell. I think there was a couple of pixels that flash.
Yeah, this is what's called medium corruption, or at least that's what I've heard other people say, but the ones from YBA's, spin YBA's, is heavy corruption, where you can't really see anything at all.
Right. Now, oh, Malmo having a little tougher fight, because, well, I say a little tougher by just by one hit, I think, because the spikes don't do any favors.
Oh no. The Moth definitely kind of an RNG boss fight.
You know,
the spikes overriding damage.
Right, and Clips has acquired the silvers as well, because he went to Pyramid Fairy. Clips is going to go do... Oh, we kind of mentioned this earlier, but Clips is going to go ahead and do the Aga Tower check. Does have a key. And, oh, it's a heart. I think Malmo trying to fake flip her. $50 in the Dark Maze for Clips.
Yeah, Malmo making an Ice Palace play, looks like, and SimpleClips checking Castle Tower, but bailing on the rest of the castle. Is kind of interesting.
Gonna buy some red potions for some potential YBA shenanigans. Alright, so Malmo's gonna scum a small key here, and now there is actually a very easy way to get into the back. You just bomb yourself into the wall, and there you go. Well, now you gotta worry about that idiot not to hit you. Ooh, the last pixel managed to get her through there.
That room is one of the worst rooms in the game, like, no matter what, like, mode, rule set, or whatever.
No, as me being a former NFG runner, yeah, it's not great. It's not great. Okay, Malmo is going to go check the old penguin room here where Clips heading to GT. Oh, that was a good clearance. $20.
Yeah, nice bomb strat there.
Okay, and I think we're about to get our first, yeah, here we are. Going to get our first Ganon checks. And I think Malmo's just going to go ahead and head to Cold, or try to head to Cold Stare here. So small
I'm a
key.
little disappointed that it waited this long. Sorry, yeah, big key to pod.
Yep.
I mean, just because they can do it without any glitches, like, what's the fun of that?
Right. Bold strategy, checking the right side of GT. It's not something we see often. But with the fire rod, half magic, probably pay off here. And a heart here in the back for Malmo. Okay, let's see here. We got 4 chests to check. A map to TR. A small heart piece. $100 and a heart piece, whereas Malmo got a... she also got a heart piece. Clip's gonna go ahead.
A lot of checks that are not.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say a lot of not ice rods and not swords here.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting. It's very, very barren, honestly. Okay. So it looks like Malmo's gonna just kind of run through, try to get the rest of the checks. Wasn't sure what Clips was trying to do. Went to the right.
Yeah, this is a setup to set a good West Samaria value. So I guess we are going to see some glitches here after all.
Okay. So what do you mean by, you may have to explain that. What do you mean by, like, the West Samaria value? Like, what's going on here?
If there's a bad value set, and a lot of these shutter doors in dungeons will set a bad value, it will hard lock the game when you do the glitch that SimpleClips just did, but by mirroring and standing on the switch at the same frame, for whatever reason that, like, clears it completely, so they were able to use a West Samaria to delete the door there.
Okay. And, he doesn't have the big key to GT, unfortunately, so...
Yeah, they could have cave-stated this if they wanted to, like, ensure that they get every single check, but maybe they thought it wasn't necessary.
Yeah, potentially. Yes, Campo, something is missing. So upon doing that, also managed to, for Clips, has managed to delete all the enemies. There should have been an Armos in that ice room. Oh, there it is! Yep. 57 minutes in. We finally have a sword.
Still no ice rod, though, so
no
we're
ice
gonna
rod,
keep looking, I think.
As Malmo is going to go ahead and fight Cold Stare. Oh, as Vinter did just mention that I guess that is a dupable sword.
Yeah. They haven't. It's actually easy to dupe because they haven't opened anything in Hookshot Cave in the siege, so that would be a straightforward
there's Hookshot.
On Cold Stare. Huh.
Interesting. Well, Simple got into Rando Room, got the big key to Meyer, Fire Shield, and 10 arrows. Okay, so Malmo having beaten Cold is now back on Death Mountain. I wonder if she will also be joining Clips and doing a Death Mountain run at some point, or a GT run at some point.
It looks like it. She's going in the Dark World, and she didn't fix the camera, which saves a little bit of time because we don't need the camera for this GT clip. Yep, she's going to GT.
Whereas SimpleClips on the left is going to check the left. Oh, we got a mirror shield. Got a mirror shield, everybody. And couldn't avoid it. Had to take the mirror shield. Love me some mirror shield. Okay. So, really, outside of the mirror shield, nothing Nothing worth mentioning. We'll be curious to see how long it will take for Malmo to get to Ice Armos. Looks like Malmo is going kind of the more conventional left side checks.
Yep.
Clips having a little bit of a hard time there getting the switch. Yeah, you switch. I also have a hard time using the red boom. I prefer the blue one personally.
This is the last check other than tile room for SimpleClips.
I believe, yeah, I believe so. Of course, no hook shot. It's got a bomb jump it. With the last bomb, too. Oh, and there were the flippers!
That is a really big item for Swamp if... I don't know, if the hook shot wasn't on the way. But it's a good peace of mind, though.
Yeah, I mean, again, don't have to fake flipper everywhere, because I know that can be annoying at times. Malmo will collect her flippers. Clips gonna go buy some. I'll buy a potion to refill and get a blue potion. Whereas I think Malmo will get her big key to Meyer, and she'll also acquire her mirror shield. And I think you were right. I think Clips is... Actually, no, I think you said potentially Swamp, and it said, yeah, Clips is going to head to Ice. I'm going to assume Clips will probably employ the same strategy. Scam the key. Oh, no. Actually going to go do it NMG style.
Yeah, if... I don't know, I think that doing the icebreaker route, you do get a key on the way, but if you are going to check Ice Tea, it makes it slower. I don't know, Ice Palace just has so many ways you can route it, so we'll see what they decide to do.
Of course, as Malmo's kind of showing, this fight, Ice Armos can be a real pain. Trivialized, of course, with the silver arrows, but it can be a bother. As Malmo, I'm sure, is now excited that she's acquired, finally, the first sword. But as mentioned, as you mentioned before, though, we are still on an ice rod hunt.
Yeah, a little surprised that they haven't found one yet. I mean, once you've done like the Light World, Overworld, and Pod, and GT, like that alone is about half the items in the game. But they've done more than that. They've done Beevestown and Skullwoods, a lot of the Dark Overworld, Ice Palace. So
Yeah,
definitely not a friendly ice rod hunt.
no, not at all. I mean, really, only we have what Turtle Rock, and Turtle Rock has not been touched yet. Meyer, I don't think has been touched, but I know Meyer is pretty easy to get into, at least from, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, Meyer, I don't know, it's a bit out of the way, but it is an option. I don't know, I personally am not a huge fan of the Meyer play for items, but like we are kind of running out of places to look though here.
Yeah. That's why I'm kind of mentioning all the places we don't want to check. I don't think Swamp has made an appearance yet either, so...
Yeah, Swamp is definitely less bad with the flippers, although they have kind of checked back already, so Swamp is not going to be as dense of a play.
Right. The Ether tablet just had... Oh, that's true, yeah, they already had been in Swamp. At least the back half.
I think Laser Bridge is like probably the last good density, and well, Malmo having the hook shot though is going to do hook shot cave. But SimpleClips only just got it, or I think.
No, Clips.
Oh, did they leave the dungeon?
They left.
Oh.
I think ran out of bombs.
Oh no, that's a tragic time loss.
Big key to desert. And Malmo's got to map the skull. Not that it matters. And heart piece. So now Clips looks like it's going to kind of do the quicker way to kind of phase through into that room. There's Malmo. Let's see if Super Bunny has any goodies.
I think from here Malmo has 2 good options for density. She could hook push to the top of GT and get 4 more items and get Agatu cleared out of the way. But she also could do Laser Bridge, which is also 4 quick items relatively.
That's also true too. We'll see where she's planning on heading. Looks like heading to
middle.
Mimic.
Huh.
And then Flaccid Arrow, yes. By no you can check exclamation no logic, but pretty much what it means is that all of the items can be anywhere, and so you have to you're almost required to do certain glitches and tricks to get all the items, because if you didn't, you could, and theoretically, if you didn't know the tricks, you could theoretically be locked out of your seed and it'd be unbeatable potentially. So
Yep, definitely lots of major glitches allowed in the rules here for this preset.
Correct. Very true, very true. All right, so now Malmo about to make her way into TR here.
Hey, North Samaria to dupe the male.
Well, now
she didn't know that was male beforehand.
Did not. Now it's a small key to the dungeon, whereas Clips is gonna have to fire rod his way to victory here. He's gonna, pop a blue potion, and probably keep fire rodding. I'm sure he's about to be really happy or really upset with himself. But crystal acquired. Okay, so for both right now, they're at 4 crystals. And one pendant boss. Chomps has 20 piece. Malmo's doing the old, couldn't place the block right. Nope, there we go. She got the block down. Clips, this looks like swamp.
Yeah, could be. Nothing else over here they haven't done yet.
Oh. Malmo a little early there and took the eyeball laser in the face.
Yeah, doing this middle in front of TR is a little bit slow, but it is consistent. With Malmo's been approaching the siege like extremely thoroughly.
Right, and rightfully so, especially because they're still. By the way, for those of you who aren't familiar, no, that's not a mistake. She managed to do that move that allowed her to skip the room with the torches.
Yeah, Malmo did. Yeah, her second North Samaria in this dungeon, but yeah, they're using the Samaria everywhere in this seed. It's such a good item.
Oh, absolutely. And now Clips doesn't have to do anything fancy. It has both the small key. Oh, nice blue mail. Has both the small key and the flipper, so just can easily walk in. Malmo, I think, got a small key to Hera. So Malmo went ahead and saved and quit, because she wasn't able to get too much there. Did not check Laser Bridge, though. As now Clips has Bombos.
Yeah, that's kind of funny, at least to me. She did the opposite of what I would have done. I would have just went straight for Laser Bridge and then probably just left and went somewhere else. If it didn't have anything like the Ice Rod.
Right. Malmo looks like is going to go beat Landmo.
Yeah, this play I definitely agree with, because we know it's a crystal, and if the ice rod is just on the way, then no, there's no sense in looking for it.
Right, and also she doesn't have to do anything fancy because she's got the big key. Well, also has hook shot, so I know you can get through the wall to Landmo with the hook shot as well.
Yep.
Whereas Clips is gonna kind of do all the checks here. Be curious to see if Clips will go left side. I'm gonna guess so because, like you said earlier, he also did all the back room checks.
I was about to say I'd be shocked, but we are seeing a left side swamp here. This is like the height of desperation.
Yeah, most runners in no logic, or even I guess even in regular rando, don't want to be doing this. Malmo getting the 0 cycle. Poggers. And got a small key to ice for her trouble. I was thinking
about saving the crystal.
Yeah, I think she was thinking about quitting, but just went ahead and decided to grab it. Okay, so this is... So unfortunately now it turned into a bit of a desperation hunt. Now Malmo is back in the dark world. Oh. Okay, just to move over one. Oh,
there's a sword in left side swamp. Well, you know, somebody said there's always a sword in swamp. I've heard that before.
I mean, in a situation like this, it was bound to happen. Well, there we go.
Still not in go mode though, unfortunately.
Nope. Malmo wanted to check the big chest. Unfortunately, was a heart. Yeah. So, if it wasn't Turtle Rock, if Turtle Rock wasn't a crystal, this would have been. Yeah, Clips would have been go moded, but unfortunately, still hunting. Yeah, no big key for swamp, so unfortunately no go there. And I think Malmo is about to join them in swamp, but we'll see if she opts to also check left side. Presumably she will.
I don't know. I mean, I suppose with what they have left, it's more reasonable than usual. I don't know.
Yeah.
There is a much faster way to do it, though. If you can just do a spin YBA from Uncle, and it pops you out like right at by the stairs to check those 2 items.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Whereas, like, doing the whole, like, vanilla swamp, like, rigmarole, it takes, like, about a minute, I want to say. I don't remember the exact timing.
Right. So here we are at a Master Sword Argus fight. Can be a bit tricky, because you do have to spin to win there, as Malmo does acquire her Bombos. Of course, just a reminder, not that they need to go in, but the mire, to get into mire was actually ether. Oh, missed the silver. Missed the silver again. Got the silver. 3rd time's the charm. Small key on Argus to Ice Palace, so that's nice. Malmo doing the little trick where you can clip through the little railing there to not have to worry about the water.
Yes. I remember when we had to, like, hook push through that rail if we didn't have, like, flippers or hammer. This Specky clip is a huge quality of life.
Yeah, I remember hearing about though back in the day when that was, or I remember seeing it back in the day. It seemed like a very long, laborious setup, and then, you know, I'm oversimplifying it, but yeah, just walk diagonal bottom right, and then it just works.
Yeah, whoever came up with that setup of Specky himself came up with that exact setup, but that is such a nice lineup. Right.
Malmo not checking the left side, so unfortunately for her, she's going to be without a Master Sword.
Maybe she knows she can dupe the Ice Harmos sword. So I'm
That's
more
true.
worried about the Ice Rod and just... Yeah, I don't know. Actually, I have no idea what she's thinking. I can't... This race... I don't know. This seed has just been kind of like trickling them with like good items that help you do dungeons, but like not what they actually need to finish the seed. I definitely would be pretty annoyed with this.
Yeah, it started out really well when they got like the Moon Pearl, the Red Cane, Bottle, and Hammer pretty early, and then and like you said, it just started to trickle and kind of almost fell off a cliff. Now, once again, both of them are, well, about to be at least tied in terms of crystals. It's just Malmo right now is going to be at a pretty big disadvantage.
Okay, SimpleClips setting up a stuck bush. Oh, didn't quite have it there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because unfortunately, he does not have a. He obviously had the fire source, but does not have the big key. Okay, so that's half of the setup there.
Oh, I was gonna say don't bombos.
Yeah, bombos would have been bad, but here we are. So if you ever need to try to get into a door, that's all you need to do.
Yeah, remember to lamp first, kids. 3 times.
Flip's having a little bit of trouble with the silver arrows. Of course, one shot to get him. And there we go. So Malmo, what is she going to do? Are we Herapotting? Oh, lost spin speed. And Herapot. Yeah, back-to-back ice smalls. All right, we got the top here of Hera, $20, and then oh, there's the sword. Okay.
But didn't we have that Hera big key from the beginning? I feel like that was very early.
It was fairly
like on
early,
the
no one
guy
no
under
one
the bridge or
cares.
something.
Yeah, no one checked.
Well,
it's like, you know how sometimes when you go to you're trying to find the fire rod and then it just happens to be on Uncle.
right, mirror map to laser bridge from Malmo.
Okay, yeah, it's a pretty good play there. Maybe gonna get lucky, and hopefully
Actually
maybe
using the mirror shield for its intended
purpose. It's wild. Ooh, a shovel. Shovel and laser bridge.
Can
and
you
a
dig
third
it?
bottle.
Well, that bottle would be easily dupable if they didn't already have bottles. And SimpleClips also going to laser bridge, but with a hook push. This is definitely over-engineered for having the Moon Pearl, but I can appreciate it. It was very nicely done.
Oh, the other way to get into laser bridge. Yeah, I know Quadratic, you had mentioned earlier you were hoping for the shovel in GT, but alas, it was in TR instead.
SimpleClips remembering to exit and come back in so that we're not in cave state anymore.
Okay, so now Malmo has phased her way into the back of the scape. Gonna check the one chest back here to find ether.
Well, that would be really funny if Maya was a crystal. That's a hilarious spot for that.
That would have been hilarious and upsetting all at once.
And for those that don't know, the duping Maya without the medallion involves going through those rooms. So usually, if you don't have hook pushing, so that's why. Right? SimpleClips is going to clear out TR and get nothing, like Malmo did.
Correct. So yeah, Clips is about to be disappointed here. as he proceeds. And you have to help me out. What's Malmo planning?
This is the top of GT to push.
Oh, okay. Because there are still some. Of course, there's still plenty of items up there. Of course, you skirt yourself sideways, and here we are.
Well, I'm pretty sure you have to go up first to correct the camera, so I was a little nervous, but they're unlocking that door right away.
There's the big key to swamp,
Yeah,
in case anyone was wondering.
Yep, so we have 4 items up here, and Aga 2 is a required boss, so good to get that out of the way too.
That is true. Small key to Meyer. Whereas Clips is about to go check the chest with the big key normally in vanilla. Instead, it has red mail. I believe that was the one that Malmo was duped earlier.
Yep.
And Malmo, of course. Oh, took the fall.
That was a very rude Moldorm.
Very, very aggressive. Way more aggressive than normal. And it is a bit of a bother with a Master Sword.
Yeah.
It's
oh no.
He just wants the hugs. Clip trying to maneuver through here, but at least for both of them, having red mail is nice because at least they take minimal damage. It is just annoying though that every time you fall, of course, for those who don't know, that Moldorm's damage resets. Clips did a
Stairmaster?
Did a YBA to somewhere. Oh, he's where Malmo is.
Yep. This is another way to get to the top of GT. And it actually has 2 keys to open the doors and get all the items here.
Unfortunately, the last chest was nothing, so we got a whole lot of nothing. So off we go to Aga 2, I guess, as Clips has his turn. Had a better. His Moldorm was not as aggressive.
Yeah, coming in on the right side for the first attempt. It didn't get pinned in the corner there.
Nope. And Clips.
It looks like we're seeing a nice bomb jump here that rarely seen outside of doors and no logic.
Yeah, about to say that's very rare bomb jump. I've been told theoretically you can actually do the bomb jump the other way as well.
Which way? Towards Aga 2?
Towards Aga 2.
Yeah. If you have Moldorm has to be alive though. It's called Moldorm Bounce.
Oh, okay. I know it's kind of been told more of in a meme sense rather than a legitimate strategy, but as Clips has also found out, a whole lot of nothing. So Malmo, okay, now she's going to go ahead and make her Aga Tower run.
Yeah, we've still not seen the 3 checks on the front side of the castle.
For
and
escape.
Meyer is still available as well. Yeah.
Yeah. We have not seen the front of escape yet. We haven't seen Meyer. And yeah, I think that's really all I can think of. We're really running out of places. And there's the one-off ones.
I don't think we've seen Catfish, Zora.
No, Catfish, Zora, Spike Cave, none of those. Oh, Clips with a nice double. As Malmo is doing exactly what you were just talking about. We're about to do a front of escape check. A lot easier when you have the boots. Okay,
Yep.
that's it. Nothing there. So, 2 more checks. Now we'll see if Clips will opt to do the same thing and also run also do a front of escape checks.
I'm a little bit surprised Malmo didn't kill Moldorm when she was in Hera. Being the green pendant, it is 2 items instead of 1. Oh, there's another sword in the boomerang chest.
And there we go. And that's where all the swords were. Whereas Simple looks like heading into the back of Escape. Got a heart.
Well, Malmo walking out of here tells me she has a plan. Could be a Meyer play from the back, rarely seen.
Right. Well, yeah, looks like she's starting something. Yeah, I don't think it's. I think it's been a while since I've seen anyone go into Meyer in this direction. Okay, we have a stuck hook.
Might need to move a little bit.
Nope. Didn't look like it worked.
Alright, not quite getting the release. Alright, decides to save and quit. I was a little skeptical that was gonna work. I think you need to move over to the right, like a couple pixels or so, to not be stuck in the wall, but I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've done that.
Fair enough.
He was setting up a south hook push to get to the Spooky 3 room in Meyer, but decided one attempt was enough. Wasn't gonna stick around and go for it again.
Right, I'm sure. Oh, my goodness. Whoever said shovel, you're... Oh, and Fury. Flipping that sword in Fury. Whoever said the shovel...
The Ice Rod was on Laser Bridge, in essence, because the shovel was on Laser Bridge.
There you go.
The classic Rando.
There we go. So yeah, Malmo now is in go mode. Whereas Clips is going to go into Meyer and see if he can find the ice rod in there.
I wonder if Malmo is glad that she failed the hook push just now, because it would have been a while before she got to the shovel, so like she would have done like the whole dungeon first.
Oh yeah. I'm sure she is. Malmo, not quite sure. No, she's right. Okay. Yep, run to the mountain, jump backwards, run through a miss hole, and here we are.
Yep, it was a mirror wrap for those of you that missed it the first time.
Yeah. Oh, and she has keys, so she doesn't have to like try to. And she's got the big key as well, so she doesn't have to do that thing where she has to phase her way through 3 screens to get to Trinex. Now, it is true, Clips could still find an ice rod anywhere in Meyer as well, because there are 2. For those of you who are not familiar with this seed, it is modified in such a way that there are 2 fire rods and 2 ice rods hidden in the world.
Yeah, and all the good that did, you can see, as Malmo, still taking over 80 minutes to get it.
Yes. Yeah, so unfortunately, it's just unfortunate. So now, Malmo, missed one of the swings there. Clips, nope. And what did Trinex have? Was it the other ice rod? Oh.
$20.
That would have been great for the memes. Ooh, a big...
It has been known to happen on occasion.
Yeah. Big key to ice. Wouldn't that be something?
That's a lovely fetch quest for us to do.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, 3rd bottle for Clips. My goodness, the collection rate is going to be astounding. Oh, those are bombs.
Yeah. Alright, Malmo on her way to Ganon.
Yeah, I don't think she's taking any fancy way to get there. I think she's just going as NMG-ish as possible. Took a bomb in the face.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, with flute, pearl, hammer, glove, this is definitely one of the fastest ways to go.
Oh yeah. Okay, I got the chest and the spikes. Nope. Okay, so I mean, probably this, for the most part, this race is pretty much almost over unless something catastrophic happens to Malmo. Because Clips has now a very long cutscene that he now has to wait through for that one chest in the back.
Very nice 1-in-1 by Malmo.
Yep. And also, it was really nice for both of them that they managed to get the Tempered Sword, because it is this, just even before the last phase, that this part of Ganon can be a real pain.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, Clips has decided to go into Hera.
Yeah, we're gonna get the gold sword here, it looks like.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Now for Malmo.
Nice
the
triple.
silvers. And that's going to be it. Unless Malmo falls, this will be it for her.
There are GG's in chat for Malmo, going to be the winner of Game 1.
And
An
that
official
is
time of 1 hour, 31 minutes, 33 seconds.
That is correct. She has won the thing, so she has won her first match. For those of you who are not familiar with how this works, this is a double elimination. So there is both so they have to lose twice and then lose 2 more times and lose the bracket to be completely eliminated from the tournament. So, we have plenty of tournament left to go, as Clips unfortunately still does not have the ice rod, but has a pendant for his troubles. So now Clips is going to go check Ether Tablet as soon as that problem's got out of the way. I don't think he'll be happy with what he'll see here. The old couch cache.
Map for sale, it was not Zora.
Oh, thank you, Smoke. Yeah, I forgot, because he was in... this is why I hate this dungeon ID stuff. Because he was in Mire but beat the Hera boss, he still got the Mire reward, which was also a pendant. So technically, he actually has the... No, that's why he had the not green pendant. Okay. All right. I'm with you. MJ, yeah. The ice rod was in the shovel dig spot. Also, for Malmo, get your guesses in for how many items.
170.
I have been off so many times. I wanted to say 181, but I'm going to go ahead and say 164. That's my guess. As in the chat, we have our winner, Malmo. Malmo, congratulations. All right, so we'll wait for her audio. Everyone's getting their guesses in.
Oh, I was on push to talk. Hello.
Hello, GG to you.
Thank
so, JD made a really good point that I think you failed one of the clips, and then you opted to go check what the shovel had.
Oh, the Vitreous hook push?
Yes.
Yeah. At that point, I was chasing bad locations because I saw how easy the swords were, and I figured it was probably not a sword go mode for SimpleClips. It was probably an ice rod go mode. So I turned my attention to things like Pendant Vidi and the shovel that was on Laser Bridge. But yeah, I did fail the Vidi. Well, maybe it was there. I don't know. I don't think SimpleClips did it. But it's kind of funny. I ran out of bombs, which is why I didn't retry it. But I had, I guess I saved time failing it because I would have fought Vitreous.
Yeah, he just got the reward. He did the started in Mire, went to Hera, so he hasn't fought Vitreous yet.
Mm-hmm. He also has all the swords. Did he dupe any of them, or?
He did not. He found all of them. The only one that you were missing was he went all the way to Left Side Swamp.
Oh, I almost did. I got the key for it, and then I was like, I'll do this in Hera later. Because I didn't have the swamp big key, so I wanted to have a chance to go back for the big chest in some dungeon state and do it with left side. That's why I like left the small key on the ledge, so I could use it in Hera. And still have a Hera small key.
Okay. Yeah, so... But yeah, no, I know it started out well for you guys, because I know, Moon Pearl, Red Cane, got a bottle early. Also, I had, the hammer relatively early, and then it all kind of fell off a cliff. Whereas Clips now is checking Catfish to find a compass. So I think Clips is still missing, I think, the Spike Cave, Zora, and a couple, just like really not that many places left.
Vitreous, Green Pendant.
Oh, that's true, yep.
Green Pendant was
interestingly,
tempting. Green Pendant was tempting, but I wanted to get the item from Moldorm on the way to Hera, but if I got the Green Pendant, I'd have to do like an extra staircase to also get the items in the middle.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that was a good move, because maybe I should have saved the middle of TR or the middle of Thieves Hera for when I did Swamp. But then I wouldn't have gotten that Master Sword as early as I did. Oh, early.
As early, yeah, early and plunge.
I saw that too, and I was like, I know SimpleClips has a setup for duping that sword, so if he went up there early, he just has all the swords.
Right, and now Clips is about to be really upset with himself.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll finish. I mean, it's a quick end game.
Yeah, he's got the shovel. He's making his way to the grove. Pulls the shovel. There's a nice rod. And okay, yeah, think he's gonna finish it.
All right, nice and quick.
Oh yeah,
I did like I like this route to TR. This is faster than the mirror app, I think. If you do it really well.
Really?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I've never, for where he's going, I've never seen this, because I always see you guys do this the other way, like scrolling the screen and jumping into the mountain, not whatever is happening here.
This takes you to the laser bridge. You do have to leave and re-enter.
Yeah, he did it earlier, almost at the same time you were mirror wrapping. But I wanted to say earlier, though, you're probably surprised to know that both of you converged on GT at about the same time, like around the hour mark, and both got the same first sword.
That's good to know. At least it was looking like a race until I found Ice Rod. Especially if we were both going to Laser Bridge at the same time, which you didn't know that, but that was the thing that led to the Ice Rod, and it was just a matter of who goes to shovel first.
Yeah, honestly, that really was the difference, because as you guys were racing, even in times where it was, you would go, I'm making this up because I don't remember the order anymore, but you would go to Ice Palace, he would go to Swamp, and then you two would flip-flop. And then you guys would still be tied, or you had just finished Helma as he was getting in there, but he had already beaten Armos. So, no, it really actually was a very close race right until you saw, or you thought to go, check shovel.
How long did SimpleClips go without a sword?
Roughly about as long as you
both
did.
got the first sword
wow.
around 58 minutes, I think.
I didn't think they were like the one in the escape was. I mean, it's just the escape. I could have gone in there when I did Uncle, and I just was being super aggressive because I had a lot of crystals I could do. And Hera climb, I could have done it my first trip into Hera. I could have climbed.
Yeah, he got his first sword because I think he went into GT before you did, or he got the Ice Armos before you did. And that's where you guys both got your first swords. So Trinex is beaten. So we'll do a save and quit. And I think we'll see if he also takes the mildly vanilla-ish route to get to about that stuck push in Hyrule Castle.
Surely this isn't faster.
Oh,
Yeah. I think the fluting would be faster, because you're going to climb the pyramid anyway if you're doing this.
I think if you know that you've lost, you might as well do stuff like this just to show off. I thought
You know
maybe
what?
he was going to hook push this as well. This is very hook pushable, but
Yep.
the bomb juke is simple, and if you've practiced it a lot, it's really easy to do.
All right, and there he goes.
You know, that's not terribly slow. Like, it's worth timing it.
Right.
I think if you don't have a flute, it could be faster.
So now we have the Hundo NMG version of the fight. Of course, with the gold sword, does not take as many slashes, and of course, with silvers, it trivializes the last phase. Just be mindful of the bats.
There was one difference early on. I'm pretty sure SimpleClips skipped the right side of pod, so the second fire rod in Skullwoods was kind of a bailout.
It's like the third seed in a row where I've seen Fire Rod in Skullwoods.
Oh no, silvers. Okay. 1, 2. Oh, I was go over the triple. All right. So unless Clips falls on accident here, this will be the end.
Let's get our GGs for SimpleClips as well.
GG's in chat. Get your guesses in. Simple clips there. How are we still having IR hunts with 2 in the pool? Lol. In case you missed the blind pun, sausage is the worst. I hate everything. All right. Well, GG's. GG's all around. We'll see if SimpleClips wants to get in here to have a chat. But yeah, get those guesses in. But yeah, my goodness, yeah, it was definitely a hell of a run there. But good for you guys for finding everything. Actually, I believe Malmo, you and Clips actually found 2 different fire rods. I don't remember if you found the other fire rod or not.
Oh, I got both.
You did get both.
I did find the pod one first.
You did. Yeah, he found the Skullwoods one first. Well, he only found the Skullwoods one. He never checked the right side of pod.
I never did Eastern Big Key Chest. I forgot. I was meant to do it after Armos, and then I just left.
Yeah, I don't have anything written down, so I don't think it was anything of real value.
Oh, it can't have been. I have everything. It would have to be the other ice rod.
Right, yeah.
I was wondering if you checked that or if I missed it. It is an easy thing to forget. Like, I've forgotten it myself as well. So sometimes I do it first. If I have the mirror, just do the juke. But, yeah, it's kind of an odd check.
According to Smoke, neither checked it. So, all right.
Oh, I've got to look now.
So, Smoke, yeah. So, Mammal calls bull honky on that.
GG's.
SimpleClips. GG's to
GG.
you, sir. Welcome in. Yeah, so just to make, because we already told Malmo this, but just to let you know, the race was actually close. Pretty much for most of it, even during you guys looking for either the Master Sword. It really wasn't until the Ice Rod hunt that really kind of ended it, because she found it just a few minutes quicker than you did, because she was the one who checked the shovel spot.
Yeah, I was putting off one-off checks because there were so many dense areas around, and then I unlocked Maya, and I thought I smelled the plot.
Right. Okay, but yeah, so at least during the race, like I said, it was a close one. You did manage to find the sword first, and you found As I
You're
already
kidding
told,
me.
Malmo found both ice rods, but you found the other ice rod that she didn't find first.
You should watch the stream.
Wait,
Yeah, just
where,
watch the stream.
where is the other ice rod?
You'll find out. Just watch.
Is it just green pendant and I got a normal pendant instead?
Yeah, fire rod. Yeah, it's all right. But
I can't believe neither of us did this. I just straight up forgot.
It's easy to forget.
to do. Were you trying to go to armor?
PBK chest.
Yeah, this is just the Eastern Big Key chest.
Oh, to get
I
this
mean,
chest.
I didn't do that intentionally because I planned.
Nice.
I planned if I was really running low on checks, one of the things I was going to do is do the bomb juke to grab that in Eastern, and then YBA to Meyer to grab Meyer checks. But I unlocked Meyer access.
I just forgot. I was going to do it after Armos, and I didn't do it. And then I was like, well, if it's there, it's whatever. It's GG.
I did that elsewhere too. I skipped the Meyer big key chest because my plan was after I did Hera stuff, I was later going to go in and loop that in with a hook push with Hera basement.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you know it's bad when you're thinking about Hera basement.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
I was wondering if one of you were because I saw, I think it was Malmo. I think you did Harapot, but I was just kind of thinking, like, were you because I saw the key and you went back up there, and I'm like, I wonder if she's going to try to do Harapot or if she's going to, dare I say it, go back down to the bottom of the basement of Hera, but you did Harapot instead.
Yeah, I didn't even do GT tile room. Kind of hard to justify doing Hera tile room at that point.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, it was also interesting during the GT adventure that Malmo went left or started going left, Clip went right.
I didn't just go right. I went down before going left too. I got the one good thing in there absolutely last, or at least the one good thing I remember.
Yeah, that is true. But yeah, no, I mean, still, even all of that, an hour 31 and an hour 42, still under 2 hours, despite all of that riffraff.
So we got 180
so much
collection
at the beginning. It just kind of.
Right. I mean, and yeah, congratulations. Yes, you did beat Malmo by 2 in the collection rate, 182 to 180.
One of mine is cheated too. I got 3 mail upgrades.
That is true. You did open a chest, and then every mail had popped open. So, but yeah, no, that was great. That was great. JD, do you have anything to add?
Progressive rods, please. These seeds are like torture to play.
Yeah, he's been making a push for progressive rods, so we'll put that up at the next meeting.
So make a pull request in Doors branch or something. I'm sure they'll add it.
I mean, there were 4 rods in the pool, and until I found that ice rod, I still only had one of them. I would have been. I never found the second
right side
fire
of pod. Yeah, the fire rod was on the right side of pod, like the first one, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I couldn't really justify that at the time because usually I go there with the intention of. Yeah, even swordless. Usually I go there with the intention of going to Hookshot Cave next, but I didn't have Hookshot. I had Moon Pearl, so I could just go there. It just didn't seem right.
The sea would have been like better if we didn't have Moon Pearl, because we would have both gone to GT. We would have both gone through Bowlockside to go to GT from Hookshot Cave and found the sword really early. And I'm sure we would have been a little bit more inclined to do Eastern Big Key Chest.
I would have done shovel sooner if I didn't have Moon Pearl.
The shovel was on Laser Bridge, would you?
Yeah.
Okay. GG. However that goes.
Oh, it was well played by both of you, and even though you were complaining about it, the early pearl at least helps you like efficiently clear out everything. Like if this was like a no pearl seed, you're not getting 180, and this time like just not happening. But yeah, you guys both did a really good job. It was good to watch. So we're looking forward to game 2.
It is.
Congratulations again to Malmo.
It's going to be
Mm.
more No Logic in a couple hours, so stick around on this channel. There's 2 back-to-back races on Speed Gaming Prime, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yep, that is true. At 8 p.m., we have Amarith versus Drunk Future Self, which currently there is myself on commentary, and Tom will be tracking. And then, as Mamo had just said, later at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, we've got Game 2 of Relkin versus Chex Human here on Speed Gaming Uno. And that'll be calmed by Malmo, and I will be tracking. So then... Clips, any last words?
GG's, and thanks for the restream.
Of course. And Malmo, any last words?
Thanks for the restream.
All right, yes, and thank you, Speed Gaming, for allowing the restream. Please make sure you follow, as put in the chat. Please follow all of the runners, commentators, and trackers. Smoke, thank you so much for all of your hard work as well. And JD, of course, thank you for helping me with comms today.
No problem.
All right, excellent. So, as Malmo said, I don't think there's anything in between these races. So, yeah, you can go ahead and stand by for the next couple hours at 8 p.m. here. So, in about 2 hours, we will have the next No Logic race of the day. So, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you all in the next one.